I got the ceiling fan in my guest bedroom, and these lights shine right down in your eyes when you're lying in the bed. It'd be really nice to have some light in here without these lights from the ceiling fan shining straight in my eyes here. I'd like to get a ceiling fan with a frosted light on it. That'd be really nice. So luckily, I got this ceiling fan sent to me to make a video about. This is a paid post. The nice thing about this ceiling fan is that light that it's got on there. It's got a cover for the light, and it also comes with a remote here so that you can adjust the brightness on the light. Another nice thing about this fan is it has an app, and you can control it from the app, so you can get really fine controls for your dimmer. And it also is compatible with Alexa, so that you can use voice controls as well, and that's pretty nice. So you can open up the app and you can control the light there. You can control the brightness to make it dimmer. You can control your different colors of the light. You can get your fan on as well. And then you can control the speeds of your fan on here. So yeah, this app is pretty nice. You can use voice with Alexa, or you can go on here and control everything yourself and get the light just where you want it, because that's the thing I like, because I like to have the light really low, because I didn't have a dimmer on my old ceiling fan. So this is pretty nice. So if you're looking for a nice ceiling fan with an adjustable light, this one's pretty nice. The instructions that came with it were pretty good. This was pretty easy to install, but there were a few mistakes that I made. When I first put it together, the ceiling fan wouldn't come on. There's two components that go on the top up there. One of them is for the light, and that one was in right, but the other component goes into the control panel for the ceiling fan, and that one wasn't pushed in all the way. So I had to take that back apart and then make sure that was pushed in all the way before that would work. Every time I'd hit the remote to turn the fan on, it would just beep, and then it wouldn't come on. Where now it's coming on. So yeah, that's good. The other mistake I made is when I was done, I had a bunch of little red washers left over, and I realized I forgot to put those red washers on. So I had to go back and put those red washers on there. So don't make the same mistakes that I did. Make sure you seat those connectors in all the way into the control panel up there, and then make sure you put all the little red washers on the ceiling fan blades. All right, let me go ahead and show you how I put this thing together. All right, the first thing I got to do is I got to take down this old ceiling fan. I got the power turned off here. This ceiling fan has a lip up here that you have to pull off. You pull that down, and then you can access the screws there to take off this plate. All right, I got this cover off here, and then I can see I just need to take these wires off here, and then I can just pull the ceiling fan off right here because it's just held up here by this bracket there. Okay, here's the wires that I got here. I got the copper wire there, which is the ground, the white wire, which is the neutral, and then I got the black wire, which is a hot wire and goes to one of the switches on the wall. And then I got the red wire, which is the other hot wire and goes to the other switch on the wall. So we'll go ahead and get the fan out, and we'll see what wires we need to connect to. I think I'm going to take this bracket down because there's probably a different bracket in there that comes with the fan. It looks like this ceiling fan has a completely different bracket. It's got this bracket that mounts to the ceiling, and then it attaches to the top of the ceiling fan unit right here. So this is a completely different style here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one down, and then I'll put up that new bracket. All right, I got all the wires hooked up here to this remote right here. This is the control panel here. I got the black hooked to the black. That's your line in. That's the hot wire. We got two of them. We got a black and a red. I capped the red off because the old ceiling fan had two switches, one for the light and one for the fan. This power is going to control both. And then we got the green for the copper, and that's connected to the ground up here and to the ground in the ceiling there. And then we got the white here, which is the neutral, and that's connected to the white to the house. And then there's a plug on here that goes into the ceiling fan. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get the container. I unscrewed this screw here and that screw there because we're going to connect it onto these screws here. Okay, there's a hook in here that you hook it to, and that'll hold it in place while you connect your wires. You want to connect one clip to here and the other clip to the other side, and then you can screw it into place. You just put this down inside here, and then you screw everything together. Okay, so I just lined it up on these two screws here, one on each side, and then I put these two screws in here to hold it all together, so now it's in there nice and tight. For this next part here, you want to take these three screws off, and then you slide the ceiling fan blade in here and screw it back in. This part really helps to have a magnetic screwdriver to do this so you don't lose your screws here. You can either choose the gray like I did here, but these are also reversible. The back is a nice black and it's got some grain in there. So you could choose all black if you wanted to go that way, or you could choose the gray color. So you have a couple different choices there. When I got done, I realized I had some extra parts here, these little red washers. And then I realized those little red washers are supposed to go on right here when you put the screws into the ceiling fan blades. So don't make the same mistake I did. Make sure you put these little red washers in here when you put these screws on the ceiling fan blades. And then you need to put the light panel on here. It's got 3 screws in here that you screw in, and then it's got a connector right here to go to the light, and that controls the light there. And then after that, you're ready to put the cover on. The cover just slides into here, then you can screw it into place. All right, there it is. Looks pretty nice. Now we just need to turn the power on and test it all out and see if it works. So the nice thing about this ceiling fan is I can just come and sit in here, and I don't have to have a really bright light on. I can just have a little bit of light up there. It's got a remote here, and it's got different settings, so you can go to, it's on the lowest one right now, but you can turn it up to where it's really bright. You can see how bright that is, but that's too bright for me while I'm just sitting here. I wanted one with a dimmer on it, so that when I'm sitting in here in this room, I can turn this way down. And so that's really nice that I could turn it down like that. It's also got some different colors here. It's on WW. There's an NW. So it's got a little bit of a different tint there. And then there's a DW. And so it's got the different tint there. I like the WW. So yeah, this ceiling fan's pretty cool. Thumbs up for the ceiling fan.